Hello everyone, I bought a train set from the thrift store. So let me just unbox this for you to begin. Looks like a complete train set. I already sold the power pack for 20 bucks, so that was really inexpensive. And that is a Canadian money. So 25 bucks Canadian is like 15 bucks US. There was a few pieces of rolling stock. Everything's broken. But I'm not too worried. There was a bunch of parts at the bottom. And this one have a nice metal tank car that it's missing all the lower parts of it. So I might use this to fix that. And then this probably a lifelike. Yep, it's a lifelike. So I don't really like those, but anyways, it came with the set. This also looks like a lifelike. Yep, 100%. So this one, I might keep it around, we'll see. And I kind of like this boxcar. Let's see who made that. Whoever made it, they're very discreet about it. All I could read was Yugoslavia. Let's see who made this. Oh, that looks like a lifelike. Yes, of course. So if you want to see a really cool video about lifelike, the Alco Diesel guy made a video that I really like, where he goes on to fix. Actually, no, he tells you the whole history of the lifelike company, which I thought was a very cool video. I'll put a link to that in the description. But these, I can get them to run, and they run okay, believe it or not. There's another little piece of rolling stock at the bottom. Looks like a lifelike again. So that's that. And there was a bunch of track. There's a bunch of track, and the track is actually worth, it's worth what it's worth. So I actually need the track because I want to do some work on my railroad. I have a HO scale, around the room shelf railroad, and I want to do some improvements to that. So in the bottom there was a bunch of tracks. I count 6 times 3, that's 18 pieces of curved track, and then 6 pieces of straight. So at least enough to make a figure 8, which I won't be able to use that because I'm going to run it around the room. And also a bunch of wheels and trucks. So I'll see how many freight cars I can fix with that. This little hopper is the one I'm the most likely to use, so I'll go ahead and fix that first. Well, it's going to need a little bit of extra help, but I will make it work. There we go. So that's good. And then this caboose only needs 1 wheel. So that's going to be easy. And this little tank car just needs a little attitude adjustment. And then it will be a sweetie. A real sweetie. Then just bring these over that pin. And then it's going to be all happy again. And this is this plastic or metal, this ladder. Looks very plasticky. Then this one, the ladder is gone, and then I got an extra truck for it. Yeah, this looks like a lifelike. For sure. So I've got the hopper, the tank car fixed. The Rock Island box car is going to need a little bit more work on the trucks. I've got 2 couplers left. Betcha they're going to be useful for the locomotive. So I am going to use them for that. I've got a power pack that's permanently hooked up. Just give it some power. Let's see if this is going to run for us today. Oh, it doesn't look too happy. So it's kind of going to run. Of course, needs a good cleaning and lubrication. But this is about how well it ran for the Alco diesel guy. So we'll clean it up, and should run okie dokie. First thing to clean though definitely is the track. So I'm going to give the track a good clean before I install it. It kind of wants to go. Believe it or not, this is fun for me. To bring back them old engines is actually not bad. It's actually not that bad. So we're going to be having some fun with this today. Well, there isn't too much wrong with this. I went with a very modular approach. So what I have to do, I have to remove these boards here, and I want to paint them. Other than that, everything's pretty neat. I'm also going to paint these areas here. So there's no point in complaining. Let's get to work. I've painted basically the underneath. Now while that's drying, I'm going to add a backdrop. This is what I'm going to be using for my backdrop. It's basically a bulletin paper. Show you the label and the UPC code. So I'm just going to make a backdrop using these clouds. That should look better. It's a lot of fun to dream this stuff up for you guys, but even more fun to see it all come together. Look at that bridge, what a difference it makes. Alright, now that the railroad is sorted out, we can work on what's important, locomotives, and I just wanted to mention that it was Jimmy at DIY and Digital Railroad that gave me the idea to use the poster board with clouds for a backdrop. So I'll put a link to his video in the description, and also the Alco Diesel guy, the history of Lifelike part 1, I will put that in the description as well if you'd like to watch that. I like to keep that in mind because that's where I started with model railroading, so it means something to me. But this is how you open these up, and there's really nothing to them. You've got your pancake motor and your weight, and only the front wheels have power pickup. So that's very important to keep these clean. So all you have to do, you don't really have to remove the shell to get there. All you have to do is remove the 4 little tabs that hold the motor together, to hold the side frames together. So I'll pop that. Can almost get it with my fingers. You'll see me being very careful because the plastic could be old. Actually, it looks not bad. So this engine, you could almost assume that it was never run, and it's especially clean. Wow. I mean, it's sort of kind of ran. These wheels, you can clean them if you want to. They don't have any power pickup, so that's that. Let's take a look at the shell. It's got the both horns. They use a small plastic pin which has been lost for power pickup. And then the headlight light beam is light pickup is here. The early version of an optical cable. And then you've got your 2 wheels. So the reason why they never run out of the box is I think the anodizing that they use is not doesn't conduct electricity that well. So what I end up doing, I will use a little bit of steel wool to clean these. Now keep the steel wool away from the engine, because if it gets picked up by the magnets, you're buggered. So what I do is I'll use the steel wool far away from the magnets, and then I'll bring them back together. So from my set, I had an extra little coupler that goes in here, and you just have to press on the tab just gently press on the tab. I'm still going to use the original horn hook type couplers on this. because it's very cool, but it's not that cool. So I'll be using these on here. You see how shinier these are? I actually used some Scotch-Brite for this one. Just gotta make sure that your wheels are tucking behind the two contact plates, and then that should be good. You just bring in the two side frames and you're good. But I do check on both sides to make sure that they're tucked in behind there, and that's the secret. This should actually run good. Feels like it's got no mileage on it. Whoever bought this, they didn't enjoy it that much. Again, you're gonna see me being very careful because the plastic is getting old. Also, you heard me say it's the front wheels that have the power pickup. Obviously, it's the back wheels. And then I found a little screw in my screw collection for the front coupler. And that should be that. So you just spread out the bars. So it's kind of a simple locomotive, although I'm really enjoying having the CN to play around with. So let's see what we've got. And then backward. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's throw a train together. And now it's time to run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.